Welcome back. I'm playing Warhammer 40,000 Battlesector, and we'll continue on with our unit review for every faction. And I am currently onto the Kasrkin. These do have the updated units after the major patch rework for the Astra Militarum that was released on the 23rd of January, if I remember correctly. So it should have a lot of the bug fixes and other changes that have happened here. But first, if you're enjoying these videos, please give my channel a like and subscribe. Encouraging post more content for you. So we will start talking about the Kasrkin here. So these are considered your more elite infantry. Whether they are or not, I guess, is highly debatable, but we'll see what happens here. They cost 80 points. For those 80 points, you get a 5-unit squad. Each model has 65 health, 1 action point, 4 movement, 4 armor, and 10 evasion. You have 2 different kits that you can use with your Kasrkin. For the standard 80 points, you have the Hotshot Lasgun. That means each model will have 7 attacks, doing a base damage of 3 to 5, armor piercing of 3, with an optimal range of 3, but has a range of 1 to 7. At the optimal range, it'll have a base accuracy of 90, and the accuracy falls off 5 per tile. Now for their special ability, they have access to a Melta mine, and what that effectively does is you're able to deploy a stealth mine on the field that deals 90 to 120 damage to any hostile unit that enters the tile, and the mine will become visible after 3 turns. You only have 2 ammunition, and it has a 3-turn cooldown. Once it's exposed, it only has 1 HP, so it's very easy to shoot. You can deploy these on strategic command point locations, so keep that into consideration if you're planning on doing that. And when they blow up, they do 90 to 120 damage, so they can do some pretty decent damage. It's unfortunate that they don't remain invisible for the whole time though. And then for 10 additional points, you can upgrade their kit to the volley gun, and what this effectively does is increases the amount of shots that they can do. So now your attacks go up to 10 per model from 7. They have a base damage of 3 to 5, armor piercing of 3, optimal range of 4, and they have a range of 1 to 8. Base accuracy is 90%, but it falls off 10 per tile compared to 5 with the hot shot. And with this, you lose the ability to drop the Melta mines, but you do have access to the Overcharge Salvo. And what this does is each unit will now get +2 attacks with +1 armor piercing. However, it does apply the overheated status, which reduces the amount of shots per unit that they'll do by 20% per stack, which means that you can use this over and over again, but each time you're getting 20% less attacks. And then I think the cooldown is 3 turns if I remember correctly. Now these are considered infantry, so what that means is any officer that's nearby will get +10 evasion per infantry model that's around them for a stack up to 4, so I can get them up to 40% evasion. Now what I generally recommend for these guys to maximize the amount of damage that they do would be to have a Cadian Castellan by them, and the reason for that is you get the voice of command ability, which increases the accuracy by 10, and also the amount of damage that they do by 1. So effectively you're like, oh, 1 damage, what does that matter? But that increases it up to 4 to 6 damage from 3 to 5, so that's effectively a 30% damage buff at the low end and a 20% buff at the high end. So definitely can significantly increase the amount of damage and accuracy they can do. And then you can also buff them further by using the Bring It Down ability here, which will lower the armor and evasion by the unit that you're shooting. You can increase the movement for everybody by 1, and then you can also use your commissars here to use the execute ability on regular Cadian shock troops here, because what that does is it'll kill one of the models in the squad here. So obviously you have lots of people that can be executed, and what that will now do with these changes is it'll give them +30 momentum for 2 turns to anybody that's around the unit that I think gets executed, but we'll verify that here. And then he also has the Show 'em Steel ability, which should give you +10% crit chances at range. So I'm very interested to see how that plays out with these range units that have all these shots. So I have 2 of each to see what we can do to buff, and I don't think they're going to get any sort of buffs from the commander here, but I'm curious to see how this is going to play out here. And then I did end up bringing an Ogryn. I'll see if I can get them in a situation here where I can use the Furious Charge now that that has been fixed. So it should definitely help because they've reworked how this works. So now what the Furious Charge should do is any unit that it charges through should get 15 to 20 damage with an armor piercing of 4 to both allies and enemies that they charge through, and then the final unit that they hit should suffer 45 to 60 damage with armor piercing of 6, and then after the charge the final target that's attacked has its evasion reduced by 8. I kind of wish that minus evasion was to any unit that was charged through, but I think they think that's too powerful, but I think it would make it a little more interesting with a lot of these ranged units, since you really need to be able to do the range damage to get things on. But we'll play around a little bit with them as well to see what we can do here. But this is typically what I'd recommend if you're going to try to use a Kasrkin. My hope is that we should be able to get some kills, stack up some momentum. With the way the battle line has also been changed, now they should get plus 10 momentum on top of whatever they get, so it should hopefully be easier for them to surge. So we should be able to get the Overcharge Salvo surge, and I don't know if the Melta mines can be surged or not with that ability, if it would just give us additional ammunition or it would actually make them more powerful. So we'll find out how that will work here, but definitely seems like they should be able to be buffed pretty substantially with these changes. So we'll play around and see what we can do here. And what I'll do for our skirmishes here is we're effectively just starting over with our units here. I will change this to an Exterminatus here. We'll go to our 2,000 points here, get our tester, and then we'll just go from the start here. So we'll use Blood Angels and just make our way through. We'll use the Imperial Ruins because that's the quickest way to get into some engagements here. And then we will just change this to 100% point target so we can try to maximize the chance of us surging to be able to show what those abilities can do for us. Alright, and we'll just kind of redeploy some of these guys here so we can try to get guys into combat as fast as possible. Keep these guys in front. And have our Cadians in the back.
I will lead from the battle line.
Get the commander up here.
Victory through discipline.
Bring that commissar over here. Get that commissar over here. Get the Ogryns. Now what I probably should have done is use that increased movement ability with the Castellan to help these guys get up a little bit further, but I wasn't thinking.
First line, wait. Quarry spotted.
Nothing escapes my scrutiny.
Enemies fortifying nearby.
Alright, so what I might do then is just bring you down to here, and now I can use the move, because that should hopefully help these guys. Oh wait, did I just move guys that don't need to be moved?
Sentinel on the move. I've got it from
And so as you're aware, those little circles that are on here are the indicators for
Advance.
the units getting the battle line buffs from our
Victory
commander
through
here.
discipline.
As long as
Now,
I draw
interestingly, it doesn't look like everybody has that for some reason, which they really should. So let's get the Kasrkins up to try to get them into as much action as we can. Now, if I do this,
Advance.
is the execute... Yeah, so it goes off of whatever unit you're executing here. I'm also curious to see. I might have to play around with that a little bit, because I don't think the vehicles are going to be getting
your orders.
the execute buffs.
What next, sir? Moving to the battle line.
So we'll keep one in the back and then one in the front here.
Are we ruling today, sir?
Fire! On my mark!
New target. Showed up.
Doing some aggressor play, it looks like. Alright, so they do focus fire down on units now, so that's good.
Amateurs don't stand a chance.
Alright, so if I do this, that'll be a 100% chance to hit that Librarian Dreadnought. That seems like a good deal. And then what do we have here? Blades, Bolt Storms for both.
Got your armor right here, sir.
I'm actually quite curious now, because I think with the 100% shots, with the increased damage for everything, I should have done that first. Because I want to see between the increased damage that I'm getting from the Castellan and now the increased shots, so I should have 200 shots doing 2 to 3 damage at a 90% chance to hit. So this should just pretty much wipe these guys out, right? Yeah. That's crazy. Crazy good. Alright, and I need to take out these Hell Blasters for sure. And then you should also have quite a bit of attacks because you have the bonus shots there, so that is definitely something.
Rolling out.
Alright, so let's move you up. You can shoot into here. And now, just to compare that with you, let's have you shoot into these guys, because I wonder if you're going to be able to get the kill. Yeah, see, you can't get the kill even with them being injured.
On the way. Right you are then.
Alright, I'll bring you up to here.
Firing.
Shoot there. Maybe we'll just have you shoot into this guy. And you can shoot here. Start weakening those guys up.
Rolling out.
Alright, and now what I want to see
Your stands.
is if I do this and I execute,
Where do you need us, sir?
will the tanks be getting the bonus? I don't think they're going to, but let's find out.
The death of this coward will temper your faith.
Holy shit, it does affect vehicles now. I don't think it did before. So this is huge. So effectively, I'm just going to be popping these guys in the head over and over. Wow.
Discipline, experience, action.
Oh, this is huge.
Right here, sir. Whose day are we ruling today, sir?
Alright. I guess we're going to bring you up to here.
As long as I
Bring you
draw
back down to
breath,
there.
take
Get
your
you up to
stands.
here.
What next, sir?
I don't think anybody over here has attacks left, right? So I guess we'll just bring it up to here.
Victory through
And we'll do the show 'em steel.
Where do you need us, sir?
So you can do how much damage now? So you can do 50 to 100 damage against the Dreadnought. You can do 150 to 200 damage to those guys. You can do 100. Well, let's have you shoot into here, I guess. Yeah, see, it's not great yet. Nor was it ever, I suppose. I shouldn't say yet. Have you flame through here.
Taking fire!
And we'll pull
With
you
precision.
back. For here, you're doing 72. If I move you up one, I get you up to 75, so you're doing 150 to 200.
Awaiting your orders.
Discipline,
Well, let's
experience,
overcharge you, I
action.
guess, and see what happens. So that should be 180 to 240, but at 75 you're for sure not going to get a kill. Now what I could do is if I use bring it down,
It down.
that should increase, yeah, so up to 85 and now you're doing 100 and, no, 240 to 360. So this should be enough to let you get that kill. Okay, good. Fortunately, you only got 15 momentum.
Victory through discipline.
Let's bring you over to here.
Where do you need us, sir?
Yeah, see, you're not going to do much for damage here.
What next, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
So I think we're just going to shoot. Let's see, that'll be 12 momentum. That'll be 8.
Discipline, experience, action. Quickly.
Can bring you up to here.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
I don't know if any of these guys have flamers. Yes, they do.
Armored Sentinel, ready.
Where do you need us, sir?
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
Let's see, I could just bring you over to here and have you start meleeing this guy down. Although I think they're probably going to counterattack you.
Don't matter.
Yep.
Morippa does both.
Ouch. But it's almost dead now, so that's good.
Victory
Oh, this
through
whole
discipline.
execute thing is just going to be wild.
Next, sir.
Discipline, experience, action.
Awaiting your orders.
Alright, so pretty much I'm just going to need to deploy you into
Affirmative.
spots.
What next, sir? Moving to the battle line.
Where do you need us, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
Alright, we'll pull you back one to try to protect your rear.
Battle to win.
Agreed.
Victory through discipline.
Alright, this is wild.
We'll light them up.
Alright, well, we'll see. That should hopefully protect the Kasrkins going forward here. Wow, they are just feeding you experience here.
Shooting at me.
Interesting. Alright, well,
Got your armor right here, sir.
so you have that blitz ability. I don't know if it really makes sense to use it though.
Whose day are we ruining today, sir?
I guess let's have you shoot into here. Take out those guys. You can start shooting here and do damage there.
Discipline, experience, action.
You would not be able to get the kill.
Victory through discipline.
I could just bring you up to here to chop this guy down. Although I can also just bring you guys back around here and have you get the kill.
Where do you need us, sir?
Let's see, you're up to 50 something. So if I bring you to here, you should be able to get 22, but now of course you're only going to have that momentum for the next couple of turns here. So while it looks like you're close to surging,
What you want?
you're actually not.
For the Emperor.
With precision.
Yeah, see, it gets you to 11.
Action.
Rolling out.
Where do you need us, sir?
Yeah, see, you've got the bonus, you do not, so you have, but I did overheat your weapon, so you're over here.
Awaiting your orders.
So I guess let's just bring you over to here,
Discipline, experience,
keep you here. Now if I
action.
execute,
Your life is the Emperor's to spend.
did it reset? So you don't get it no matter
Where do
what.
you need us, sir?
It resets everybody around there, and now you're ready to surge. Wow, this is insane. This execute ability is going to be freaking crazy.
Discipline, experience, action. We know what to do.
Oh, actually, I didn't realize you guys were range.
What next, sir?
Yeah? Victory through discipline.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Alright, well, let's just move you over here, I guess. I guess let's just move you guys over here to start weakening these guys down with some grenades.
Awaiting
As
your
you can
orders.
see, they're pretty pathetic.
Where do you need us, sir?
Lining up, sir.
Let's get you over there. And now the question is what do I prefer? Do I want the damage
Discipline, experience, action.
or the momentum gains here? I assume I want the momentum
Where do you need us,
gains.
sir?
Quickly.
What next, sir? Moving to the battle line.
Yeah, but what I can't have happen is have leftover movement because I don't want to lose the momentum I'm gaining.
Discipline, experience, action.
With precision.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
So I guess what I will do then is, again, we're getting into the situation where do I want the accuracy or do I want the momentum?
Awaiting your orders.
As long as I draw
I guess I'll just move you over to here and give those guys those bonuses.
Sir.
Discipline, experience, action.
And then these guys can be over here.
Got your armor right here, sir.
Let them come.
Oh, interesting. Alright, well, if that's the case, maybe let's do bring it down.
it down.
And you're here with 42, 59, but that's 59 with your advantage.
Discipline, experience, action.
Okay. So let's move you to here. And I guess we'll just bring you to here. Let's execute.
The death of this coward will temper your faith.
You're now surging again. Okay, so commander units do not get the surge. Officers, I should say.
Got your armor right here, sir. Armor?
I thought I heard that somebody over here got a battlefield promotion. Yeah, okay. So he's got a sanguinary priest hiding over here.
Where do you need us, sir?
Alright, let's move you back. We'll move you up to here. Let's do this.
First soldier to die.
So you're up to 77.
Quickly.
5 per model. Alright, so let's just throw a grenade. You're 68, you're 75. Alright, let's just shoot. Or... yeah. Let's just shoot into here, see what happens. Okay, so you're up to 91 now.
Discipline, experience, action.
You're up to 68. $79.
Awaiting your orders.
Yeah?
Bring you up to here and start shooting into these guys. Okay, good. And now, if we were to empower the Furious Charge with the Ogryns with the new changes, what happens is they do 22 to 30 damage with an armor piercing of 6 to both enemies and allies as they're charging through. They would deal 45 to 60 damage with an armor piercing of 6 to the final target. So that actually doesn't get a damage buff, which is kind of bullshit. And then the evasion for the final target they hit is 16%. And then obviously the range of the Furious Charge, you can see they can go all the way around the map right now. Well, not around the map, but pretty significant distances because of the issue. And then the cooldown goes down to 2. And then if you use the Empowered Bodyguard ability, it effectively increases the bonus HP that they get by 18% for 2 turns and has a 1-turn cooldown. So that could be pretty significant. And then you're here. So I would like to just kill that Sanguinary Priest due to concern that he's going to just use strafing runs and things on my guys. Oop, not Empower. I meant Surge. Okay, good. I just can't risk him messing us up like that. Let's see, so we got 2 turns for you.
Where do you need us, sir?
What next, sir?
And then for you, I'll just run you down here. And then what I don't know is will they space this out or not. I think they will. Yeah.
I'm not made for this.
So that's good. And we can run you over here as well. Just trying to lock everybody into melee that we can. And then for these guys here, I think we just start transitioning you
With precision.
over this way to try to keep you safe, since you're both the ones that are close to being
Through discipline. Running.
surged.
Awaiting your orders.
Discipline, experience, action.
And we can just bring these guys over this way.
Quickly.
As long as I draw breath, Cadia stands.
And then maybe I'll just bring you over to here to keep this bonus going. And then I guess we'll just keep you over here.
What next, sir?
Where do you need us, sir?
Awaiting your orders.
And then for you guys, I guess we'll just move you over here.
Whose day are we
Yeah, so this is crazy. With these changes, it's super easy to surge your guys now.
Discipline,
Wow.
experience, action.
watching this area?
Push them back.
No, don't overwatch! I did not want that to happen.
Where do you need us, sir?
Alright, so you're up to 65, 70. So, if I attack with you... You will... Actually, what I should do...
Victory through discipline.
is this and buff them. Oh, or not. Get you up here and buff them.
Glory to the first soldier to die.
So if we were to do this and shoot. Okay. So if we empowered their ability, each unit would have +3 shots with 2 armor piercing, but you'd still have the overheated shots, which would be, you know, 20% minus, and it doesn't say that it would decrease the stacking there, so you'd still have that. So not great. I mean, it brings them up to an armor piercing of 5 and 3 shots, so I mean they would do decent damage, but it's still going to be difficult to use
Where do you need
those.
us, sir?
Discipline, experience, action.
With precision.
And then for these guys,
Victory through discipline. Glory to the
do
first
that.
soldier to die.
And this will be 76, I think, no matter what, right? Nope, now it's up to 90. So let's shoot here. So if we empowered this, it just effectively increases the amount of turns that the Melta mine is invisible to 4. The ammunition stays the same, and then the cooldown turns down to 2 turns. So, nothing special there. I mean, these guys seem like they can do a little more damage than they did before, which is good.
Cadia stands.
But overall, it's still nothing to write home about for sure. Bring you guys here and just attack the rear. So they do okay damage.
Whose day are we ruling today,
But
sir?
definitely still feel kind of let down with the Kasrkin here. But the big guys that are going to be the MVPs are now these commissars are freaking amazing with this execute ability. Oh, and then I forgot to see, did the show 'em steal ability affect vehicles or not?
Victory
I guess I'll have to try it out on the next video. But yeah, it's super easy to get these vehicles to surge now. This is going to be an absolute nightmare playing against all these tanks here with this ability to use that momentum gains. I thought that was only going to be applied to vehicles, but now, or only applied to infantry, but it applies to vehicles too. So, going to definitely be super easy to surge the Astra Militarum now. So this is going to be crazy. Just remember, it doesn't apply to your officer, so don't have the officers or blocking one of those spots. And the fact that it lasts for 2 turns, you should just be able to spam things like crazy. So this is going to be very interesting. That's going to totally change how I would play this. But in terms of the Kasrkin themselves, I mean, they definitely feel pretty disappointing. Yes, it's kind of nice with the Melta mines to then capture a point and then run away and then deploy that onto a spot. So if somebody tries to back cap a location, it should definitely have some usage there. But overall, it's still frustrating for 80 points. They definitely don't feel like an 80-point unit. And then the Overcharge ability is definitely fun, that you get the extra shots and the armor piercing there, so it will allow them to do some increased damage. But then by having a 3-turn cooldown for that Overcharge ability, it really limits their utility. If you're going to bring them out, I definitely think bringing the Castellan along to give them that significant damage increase will be beneficial. Now, if you're fighting low-tiered, high HP units like the Orcs, it's probably less of an issue, and they could actually be pretty decent in that situation. Or I suppose they could also be decent against the demons as well. But overall, I still think it's a little difficult to get the most bang for your buck there, unless you're saving that Overcharge for certain units, or if you're stacking up your bring them down and then using them to shoot into guys. I mean, it can be good, and you can definitely get them to surge easier. But even with those buffs with the Commissar, I'm still having a little bit of difficulty getting them to where they need it to be. So overall, I don't see myself using a lot of the Castellans. I think I would rather, for a slight increase in the amount of points, bring out some heavy weapon teams, or for the cost of 1 Castellan, I could bring out 2 Cadian shock troops, and then with all those opportunities to start executing them with the Commissars, I mean, I just think that's really what they're gonna be, is just effective. Before they were like meat shields that can do okay damage, but now effectively they're just perpetual momentum gainers every 2 turns. So I think you're just gonna want to keep some of those Cadian shock troops in the back there, and then just keep blasting their brains out to surge your tanks very easily, especially if you're using that to gain increased momentum, and then you're using the pound 'em to dust ability with your tank commander. That'll get you 100% attacks. You should be able to get some kills with models and then surge and then have extra attacks. So there's definitely going to be some crazy tank surging abilities now that are going to happen. So I'm very interested to see how this plays out. So thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, please give my channel a like and subscribe to encourage me to post more content for you. Have a great day.